Hello and welcome to my very first video of 2022. It is currently New Year's Day, so Happy New Year to those who are watching this in a more current time frame. It's actually been a very long time since I've actually recorded anything in the studio here, and I'm going to talk about why that is in a few minutes here. But first of all, I wanted to address the title of this video, and that is why you are a subscriber, why you subscribe. Just leave in the comments below. It could be any reason, no matter how small you might think it is. Just let me know why you subscribe, why you subscribed a long time ago or currently or whatever it might be. Anything you might miss in some of my videos, or just ask questions of why I changed something or why I'm not doing something. Anything like that, just leave in the comments. And this is going to help me in the future kind of decide where I want to take this channel. Now in 2022 here, I don't think much is going to change versus what I was doing in 2021. I think what I might be doing is maybe I might be providing a little bit more content. It just depends how things go. As far as why you haven't seen me in the studio here in a very long time, there's a few reasons for that. And I want to just say that this is an unscripted video here, and I haven't thought about what I really was going to say specifically. So I'm sorry if this is long-winded and kind of mixed format and not really following a good outline. So I apologize for that in advance here. But I haven't been in this studio for quite a while because I originally made this studio. Well, it wasn't originally a studio. It was actually, I'm not going to get into the backstory on that. It'll be too long-winded here. But I decided to set this up as a studio because I needed a place in the house where it would be quiet enough to record, good quality audio, have no disturbances, distractions, stuff like that. So obviously, I mean, there's probably a lot of people out there who use a studio for that purpose, but I have control of a lot of things in here. I have control of the audio. I have control of the lighting. It's already set up for me. I just come in and turn on a switch, turn all the lights come on. The tripod's set up, it never moves, stuff like that. It's just really easy to come in and sit down and talk about something. However, this is a gardening channel, or I should say more like a horticultural channel, and I do a lot of things related to that. And being in a studio here and sitting in front of a desk is kind of when I think about it, it's kind of a weird thing. And I didn't really think about it originally until someone brought that to my attention. And then, thinking about it more and watching my videos, it makes sense for a few things here and there, but sitting behind a desk talking about something doesn't really quite line up with what this channel is about. So yeah, it does seem kind of weird to me, and that's part of the reason why I'm not in here anymore. The other reason is because I don't really do product reviews per se. I still include certain products in my video. A lot of them I pay for myself. I might sometimes get grow lights to test out, and I'm going to talk about more of that in a minute here too. But I don't really do product reviews like setting them up on a desk here talking about specs and stuff like that. I mean, really, that's kind of boring. Nobody really wants to sit here and listen to specs that you can read off a box anyways. And a lot of this stuff, especially lights, like really you just put a light over top of a plant and it's going to grow. And talking about that in this kind of a format, in this kind of a setting, doesn't really, it's not really experimenting with anything. And the whole reason I started this channel years ago, or I should say more essentially focused my content years ago, is to test things out. I was testing stuff out myself anyways before I even started posting videos about it. As far as horticultural stuff goes, I wanted to know what all the talk was, especially if you go on forums online. You can read up about a lot of stuff, but no one really is proving anything. They're just talking about stuff back and forth, and no one's actually growing anything to experiment with it themselves under controlled conditions. They're just like, this has been my experience, blah, 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 but I never tested this, but here's what I think about this and that. That didn't really give me a good answer, and I wanted to know what really works, what doesn't, and maybe it's not necessarily a yes or no question either. It's what happens when you do something. It's not necessarily what's better or worse in a lot of cases. It's just doing it to find those answers out. So I started this channel out years ago like that, and it's kind of shifted over time and changed here and there. And I've changed up my format. I've changed up the outline of my videos. I've changed up the type of videos I do and the style and all that stuff. So I'm kind of getting a little bit sidetracked here, but this kind of plays into the question of the video, and why you subscribe. And since it's changed over time, it's hard to be fluent in the content, or I should say consistent in the content. And one of the other reasons also is I'm not in the studio here is because I don't like setting up like I'm using my phone right now to record, my iPhone. I don't like setting up the iPhone. I really can't stand recording on the iPhone. It's kind of annoying. And I'm not going to get into all the details of why that is. It's a pain. I'll put it that way. And you just don't get the same quality and control over the video that you do with the DSLR. And my DSLR, I only have one, and I'm kind of a minimalist, so I didn't really buy another one for this. So I've thought about it. I don't have the DSLR available to me to just use and set up on the tripod or leave in this room, because I got into astrophotography. I think it's been over a year now, something like that. I haven't really been counting, but I got into astrophotography, and I had my DSLR modified for that, and it's always set up on my rig. I actually have two different astrophotography rigs, and it's set up on one of those. The DSLR used to be my main rig. I don't really like taking it off of that rig and then bringing it down and using it, or for whatever reason I might use it for in a video. I would prefer to use it, but I just don't, because taking it off of that rig, there's a lot of complications involved with taking something apart when it comes to astrophotography. That could be a video on its own talking about that stuff, but it complicates things. And and part of that is laziness. Yes, I can admit to that, but taking that off of there all the time and setting up on a tripod, moving it back and forth, it adds complications to that hobby that I just don't want to do. And I don't really want to spend a lot of money on another DSLR and set it up on a tripod in the studio, which I barely use anymore. So that's really been kind of sitting in the back of my mind, is how much I'm actually going to use the studio. Oh yeah, and the picture you see behind me here, I believe that's Bode's Galaxy. It's been a while, actually. I've imaged that before myself, but I did not take this picture you see behind me. I'll actually just post up a couple pictures I've taken up here on the screen with my astrophotography rig. I've taken a couple with my DSLR and a more advanced astrophotography rig, which uses a cooled camera and a mono camera and filters and stuff like that. So the hobby is extremely complicated, to say the least, and it takes a long time to learn it. There's so many aspects of it, and it's not something you can even really teach in one video, because there's just so much to it. But if you like those pictures that I've taken, there's a lot of work that actually goes into that. It's not as simple as you might think it is just by clicking a button on your camera. It's way more complex than that. But it's an enjoyable hobby for me, and that's part of the reason why I don't use my DSLR anymore, and part of the reason why I'm not in the studio anymore is because I got to set up all this stuff here, and it's just easier for me. I told you this would be long-winded, and I apologize for that again, but it's easier for me just to use my phone, which is always in my pocket basically, and pull it out and do a first-person point of view video just with what I'm doing, rather than sitting here in front of a camera and talking. Now, there is a time and a place for being in this studio if I ever need to talk about something and display something, depending on what I need to do. But over the past year, since I haven't been uploading as much and doing as much content, nothing has really fit into that kind of category where I actually need to be in here. I also wanted to talk about another thing. I've gotten a lot of emails, not necessarily sponsored videos, but people want to send me lights. Companies want to send me their lights for testing purposes, and a couple of them, probably less than 10%, I've actually replied to, and I've actually decided I might want to try those lights out. But the videos on this channel, even though I've done a lot of videos with grow lights in the past, I think it's kind of boring just to continually talk about grow lights all the time. Now, there's another channel that I subscribe to, which is MiGro, MiGro. He does videos where he talks about grow lights and talks about specs and stuff like that. And I think it's really great to know what kind of light you're getting and what kind of output it gives you and stuff like that. The best bang for the buck. I certainly like that. But on my channel here, I didn't want my channel to become a channel that had to do with just grow lights, because it may have started out that way as far as my first experiments have gone. But if I just keep doing videos with different lights here and there and talking about lights, that's not really where I wanted to take my channel. I didn't want to be about grow lights. It's not called growing with grow lights or whatever you want to call it. It's growing answers, and that's a wide range of things, not just grow lights. There's also another channel if you do like to learn, if you like to know about grow lights. I think it's Dr. MJ Coco, I think is the other channel. I'll probably list both those channels in the description. If you're interested in just grow light stuff where they're testing grow lights out, I would direct you towards those. Now, just because I haven't been doing videos, or as many videos as I used to do, that doesn't mean I haven't made other videos. I've thought about doing a second channel on YouTube here, and it's been in the back of my mind for a little while. The problem with that, though, is that the reason why I haven't been doing as many videos as I used to is because there's a certain stress level that I can handle. I do have a day job, and I mean, a lot of us do, and it's not necessarily so much that I don't have the time, it's that what I can handle with that time. Right now, doing one video per month is been comfortable for me. If I was to do 2 videos a month, it starts even that starts to get a little bit much. It just depends on what I'm doing with videos, and with what I've been doing lately, I've been able to handle that. So I've been kind of sticking to that for this past year, and it's kind of been working for me. Now in the future, if I want to take my channel to the next level and kind of go back to what I was doing before when I was gaining more subscribers, stuff like that, I might do that. It just depends on how my lifestyle might change. So who knows what the future might hold with that. And I would like to do more videos. The problem with doing more videos, though, with this type of content is I don't just want to talk about plants. I don't want to sit here in front of a desk and talk about plants and stuff like that. Like, I want to do the experiments, and that's kind of how this channel started out, when I became more essentially focused on one topic, or one subject, I should say. So I want to do more videos like that, but plants take a long time to grow, and it's just kind of hard to do that. I would have to have a lot of stuff set up all at once and doing multiple experiments at the same time to be able to post videos more regularly, because I don't want to just sit here and talk about stuff. I just want to do experiments mainly. Now, as far as the other videos I've done, I haven't posted them on YouTube. I have quite a few videos I've done with making things, I guess. I've made an HHO generator, a giant slingshot. I've just numerous other things I've posted on Facebook only. They're not monetized or anything. It's just kind of like episodes, I guess. I made like a geothermal well in my basement, experimental geothermal well, and I showed how I did that. Those are videos that probably would do fairly well on YouTube if I made another channel and just posted videos like that. But running a second channel I mean, why would I do that? Like, I can just have one channel and focus on that, and I could just put more videos on this channel, because I do have random video Thursdays. But again, it's kind of like, it's more work. It's easier just to record something and post it on Facebook rather than trying to manage videos with a channel, because there's a lot more that goes into uploads and stuff like that. So I haven't really decided if I really want to have a second channel on YouTube for stuff like that. But if anyone is interested in those type of videos, you can find my Facebook page. It is listed on this channel, and you can find those videos on there. So anyways, I think I've made this video long enough. I've talked about a couple of things that I kind of wanted to talk about. I might have missed something here or there. I guess I'll just leave that up for the discussion in the comments. If you have any questions about anything else, I can answer them there. And I may even post my own comment and pin it, just in case I forgot something in this video that I wanted to say. But anyways, that's it for this video. I didn't monetize this video, so if you see any ads on this, that's YouTube putting them on there, not me. I don't think it's fair to my subscribers to sit here and watch ads throughout this video when there's not really any value to it. It's just me having a discussion with you. So with that, I probably will be seeing you tomorrow, or you'll be seeing me, because there's a video coming out tomorrow. And thanks for watching.